We're going to go deep inside your home for this one. I mean, behind the walls, under the floors, to uncover this constant, silent battle that's being fought every single day by your plumbing system.
It's a wild thought, right? Every single day, there are these invisible forces at work, trying to compromise the very veins of your home. You probably don't see them, but the signs? Oh, they're often hiding in plain sight.
We've all been there, haven't we? You see that slow drain, and you just kind of write it off as a minor annoyance, something you'll get to later. But what if that tiny little inconvenience is actually the first whisper of a much bigger problem? To really get it, we need to look at the two main fronts of this war, the enemy outside and the enemy within.
Okay, let's dive into the first one. To really show you what these environmental forces look like, we're going to use a case study from a place where these challenges are crystal clear, the coastal city of Torrance, California.
So what's so fascinating here is how this is basically a coordinated attack. I mean, think about it. First, you've got that salty marine air just constantly eating away at any exposed metal pipes from the outside. Then, at the same time, the local soil is shifting around, putting all this physical stress on the lines buried underground. And while all that's happening, the area's hard water is building up mineral deposits, literally clogging the pipes from the inside out. It's a relentless three-front war.
And here's the key takeaway. It doesn't matter where you live, your home is probably fighting some version of this battle. If you're on the coast, you're worried about corrosion from the outside. If you're inland, you're fighting a war against mineral buildup on the inside. The enemy might change, but the fight is always there. So now let's talk about that second front, a problem that affects almost everyone.
Okay, this is where the story gets personal for millions of homeowners. It's not about the weather or the soil anymore, it's about history. Specifically, the history that's lurking right inside your walls. Just think about this for a second. During that huge post-war building boom, entire neighborhoods went up, all using the same kind of pipe. Fast forward 60, maybe 70 years, and that entire infrastructure is reaching the absolute end of its lifespan, all at pretty much the same time. This isn't just one pipe failing in one house. It's a systemic vulnerability. It could create a massive wave of failures across entire communities. But what exactly is this ticking time bomb made of?
So here's the fatal flaw. That zinc coating, the very thing designed to protect the iron pipe, it eventually just wears away. And once it's gone, you've got water meeting iron, and that's when rust begins its slow, destructive march. This is what leads to that discolored water, the low pressure, and yeah, eventually, major leaks. So you have this perfect storm brewing, right? The environment is weakening your pipes from the outside, and age is corroding them from the inside. What happens when those two forces finally meet and the system gives way? Well, the result isn't a slow drip. It is a sudden, messy, and really costly crisis.
Emergency. Yeah, that one word changes everything. All of a sudden, that hidden battle isn't hidden anymore. It erupts right into your daily life, causing damage, total disruption, and a whole lot of stress.
And we're not talking about minor stuff here. A burst pipe isn't just a leak, it's a flood inside your house. A sewer backup, that's a legitimate biohazard. And a slab leak, that's a hidden break under your home's foundation that can cause unbelievable structural damage before you even know it's there. In these situations, every single minute counts. That's why professional response times are measured in minutes, not hours. But how do you avoid getting to this crisis point in the first place? Well, the key is to understand your home's warning signs before the disaster strikes.
So here's the good news. Your house is often trying to tell you when something is wrong. You just have to learn how to speak its language. Those small, annoying problems are often just symptoms of much, much bigger issues.
This chart is basically your secret decoder ring. That gurgling sound your toilet makes, that could be an early warning for a sewer line blockage. A sudden spike in your water bill and you have no idea why, that could easily be a hidden slab leak. See, these aren't just little quirks your house has. They are critical pieces of intelligence coming directly from the battlefield. I mean, that just nails it, doesn't it? Paying attention to these little signals is the key to turning a potential catastrophe into just a manageable repair. So what happens when you actually listen to the warning and call for reinforcements?
This is where strategy and real expertise come into play. A pro doesn't just show up and patch the symptom. They diagnose the root cause and execute a real plan to resolve the underlying conflict in your plumbing system for good. And a professional response isn't chaos. It's a clear, straightforward strategy. First, they use diagnostic tools to pinpoint the enemy's exact location and figure out the cost of the battle. Second, skilled plumbers go in, execute the repair, and then they test everything to confirm victory. And finally, they clean up the whole battlefield and make sure you've got lasting peace. It's a systematic way to restore order.
And this is so important, because there's a huge difference between just fixing a problem and fixing it correctly and safely. Following established codes means the repair is going to last, and it protects your property's value, and way more importantly, your family's safety.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this question. After everything we've looked at, from corroding pipes to gurgling toilets, I want you to think about your own home. Is it trying to send you a signal right now? The biggest takeaway here is this: listening to your home's secret language is the absolute best defense you have in its silent, ongoing battle.